We just dropped the new set of backpacks and we sent them out to some of the best bag reviewers in the world. And in this video, we're gonna see what they said about them. I'm talking about the good, the bad, the spicy, and everything in between. And there's gonna be some things that I will maybe disagree with them. And I'll let you know like why we made certain design decisions. And speaking of design and decisions, here at Firo, we do something special where we take our entire community and give you a behind the scenes look as to how we design and sample and make all of our bags. Be sure to sign up to the Firo Insider newsletter, which you can do with the first link in the description below. And if you wanna learn more about the Sitta backpacks, you can do so with the second link in the description below. All right, Sig, who we start with?
Danny packs.
Danny. We're gonna start with the Floridian. All right, Danny, let's see what you got.
Or a side handle. I was a little bit sad to see that. I know that that's not always sort of a necessity on this style of bag, especially given that the layout is very focused on kind of access from the top, but you know, still would have been nice to maybe see a side handle, at least for me. I still enjoy using them. And then on the front, you have another.
Okay. Danny coming in hot, saying he wished there was a side handle. Do you agree, Sig? Should we put a side handle on this thing? I mean, it's a fun fact, guys. Our media assistant, Sig, he's been using the Firo Sitta backpack as his EDC for how long, Sig?
Half a year.
Half a year. So Sig's like a Firo Sitta backpack expert. Do you agree with Danny Pack? Should there be a side handle here? It's the right answer, Sig. Watching you. A side handle would give more functionality in certain situations, for sure. We just didn't go that route for basically, I'd say, two reasons. One, you just have to cut out certain features. I just personally never liked side handles on an EDC bag, so that was not a tough decision. I get why people like them, it's just not really me. But also on the side note, like, we try to think about sort of what we're competing with too, and how we can distinguish ourselves. And a lot of the end game bags, mainly like things like the Air City Pack Pro 2, right? That's got sort of a bunny ear look with those side handles. And those side handles are very, very functional in certain circumstances, but it doesn't have that kind of flush, sexy aesthetic that we were trying to establish with the Sitta.
What I did notice here is that this is pretty tight. It doesn't have a lot of elasticity or space. So if you're using a luggage that has a little bit of a thicker handle, or even if your bag is more packed out, it can be a little bit tough to get this on and off the handle comfortably.
Okay, that's interesting. I got a bit of a nerdy obsession with that. If you watch my Nomads Nation reviews, we'll literally take the Air suitcase, pack the bag out, and really test the luggage pass-through, just the way that Danny is. Now, this bag is empty, and yeah, it is coming in a little tight. It's so interesting, too. Yeah, maybe a little tighter than necessary. This might be something that we gotta fix for the next version. We give it like another millimeter, maybe, of fabric. And it's funny because just a little millimeter goes a long way for something like this. Although it's maybe a little tight, it's definitely nothing to be concerned about. And that's because there's no elasticity, so this will not stretch over time, and there's so much reinforcement in both sides. And of course, best of all, with anything Firo, if it were to break on you, it should not break on you, so you totally be covered under our Built for Life guarantee.
Implementation here has been great as far as the space that it offers. You have a pretty smooth working zipper here. One thing that I did notice is that there's no zipper garage, and so at the very edge of the zipper, there's a small gap on the versions that I have here. It's not huge, but it is the type of thing where, since it's at the top, if you happen to get caught in some rain, the inside of the compartment can get moist. And so hopefully there is a zipper garage added at some point.
That's another fair criticism too. We never had it on any other Firo bags until this one, which we definitely put right there. But again, I'll be honest, that was all Luke. And we did this not really for functional reasons, just because we thought it looked nice. I will say though, as Danny said, the amount of space from end of zipper to fabric is, I mean, we're talking about a millimeter at most. And I'll also say, if you get caught in a downpour, like, these zippers in general, like, they're not YKK PU coated zippers. They're YKK, but they're not PU coated. And zippers do a pretty good job of keeping rain out, but only to a certain point. Zipper garage and PU coated zippers and all these other things are just like more for like mental peace of mind. But if you want to keep your bag dry, you gotta put a cover on it. It's the only way, but I see his point. You win this round, Danny. Nitpacker.
My dad just came to visit. He's been rocking their City Pack Pro 2 that I gifted him. And one of the big reasons for why I got him on that is because he was complaining that his other backpack wasn't comfortable, and he's been loving how comfortable it is, but he put this on, he's like, holy cow. Like, right out of the bat, he was like, this feels more comfortable than the City Pack Pro 2, but wearing it for longer periods of time, I think they're both comfortable.
Wow, that's awesome to hear. Comfort's something that we just focus on so intensely at Fyro. Our airframe harness system is sort of designed to be like a mattress on your back. And then our secret sauce is this neoprene lining, which gives it a marshmallowy kind of a feel. Hearing Nitpacker put us in the same class, that's just awesome. So Nitpacker Senior, thank you for the kind words.
It just feels like the Michelin Man is hugging you from behind. It's really nice.
Should we use that as a marketing slogan, Sig?
The Michelin Man is coming after you.
He's coming after you, dude. The Fyro Sitta backpack, so comfort, it feels like you're being
Hugged by the Michelin Man.
hopefully with consent.
This would be one of my top 5 backpacks that I would recommend to the broader audience easily. But for me personally, someone that does value that like X factor, a bag that has a little bit more of a unique original design. It's using maybe like more off the beat materials or natural materials. I don't know, I'm on like a heritage train lately and that's what's been really sparking the most joy. But yeah, all in all, it's a bag that as a tool serves its function flawlessly. As a vehicle for sparking joy and happiness, when I look at it, it's not ugly at all, but it doesn't move me in the way that some other bags do.
Yeah, it's interesting. And I heard him use the word sterile too to describe the aesthetic. And a lot of that is kind of by design, because for someone like me, I travel around the world and do business in, Vietnam and Mexico and New York and all these places where I just don't want to attract a lot of attention to myself, but I also want to look good at the same time. I wouldn't use the word sterile to describe it, but I would use the word low key, that it's very stealthy on the outside, but fucking brilliant on the inside, right? If you're looking for something a little bit more, it's got a little more panache to it, probably not gonna be the bag for you. You should definitely then check out the Fyro T22. That's gonna have, as the opposite of sterile. We got you covered on both ends. All right, let's go to his nitpick section and see what he says.
Ooh, that's an interesting bag. Anyways, second nitpick are the zipper pulls, and one of the reasons why the Pilgrim Churn Butter zipper smoothness rating wasn't as high. They just feel a little bit too thin. I guess it's not really the length, it's more than anything that they're thin. And on the flimsier side, if you look at
That's interesting. Un momento. He's not totally wrong. So we actually switched our zipper pulls from our last production run of Sitta slings and Levo backpacks to these new zipper pulls. Old zipper pulls were still laser cut Hypalon, but double-sided with a bar tack stitch right here in the middle. And these, functionally speaking, are probably my favorite zipper pulls. So why did we switch it, you might ask? Well, 2 reasons. First of all, the bar tack stitch just always kind of looks like shit. We haven't been able to nail our bar tack stitching like perfectly. The biggest reason is the second reason, and it's that this zipper pull is non-removable. And we live in a carry community of people who like to DIY the fuck out of their bags. So if you want to remove or replace or try a different zipper pull, you have to cut this off altogether. I didn't want to force people to have to cut off their zip pulls if they wanted to try a different zip pull, because I like to even mess around with my zip pulls sometimes and like try something new and spruce the bag up. I agree with Wolf. I actually think that the other zipper pulls felt just like more like, but pros and cons with every design decision. Let me know, like, do we make the right call? Curious to hear what you think. All right, next up, Sig, Unpacked.
Yep.
You ready?
I'm nervous.
John's a good dude. He's a harsh bag reviewer though. Like, let's get to the spicy stuff, right? But
now I do have some critiques with this bag, and I assure you they're more nitpicks than anything else, but the very first thing that stuck out to me was the bag's AirTag pocket. And let me show you why. So you lay this bag down, you get into the admin compartment where the AirTag pocket is located. It's also located behind this pocket here. So when you open up this pocket, the first thing you see poking out at you is that AirTag right there.
that's interesting.
So the pocket that the AirTag...
Guilty as charged that I don't own an AirTag. Dang it! Because we got a lot of crap for the Levo not having a great AirTag slot, because that one, actually, that slot is right up here, just a little slot right there, and a lot of people weren't pleased with that. Now, we'll get there, okay?
The laptop compartment sits in the interior of your main compartment. It doesn't have its own external compartment. So what that means is this tech bay is nicely well padded, suspended off the bottom, and I mean it's gonna provide best-in-class protection for your device. The trade-off is that it takes up room of your main compartment. And this is, we're talking like a whole inch. I measured it and it's almost a whole inch of pad.
So I do see where John's coming from here, where he's saying, design-wise, this is the laptop compartment, not this sleeve right here. This is just a sleeve. And it does take up volume from the main compartment. But on the flip side, the only other way to do this would have been to have completely put an entire panel here. And then you would have also lost this packing space on the side, and that panel of extra fabrics would have actually made the main compartment even smaller on top of it. Also, while we're here, little side note that John is doing on his bag that we've done a very poor job of communicating and just creating marketing content around. Allow me to explain. Now, this is a 16-inch MacBook Pro, and this is the 18-liter SITA. And you can see 16-inch MacBook Pro, it don't fit in the 18-liter SITA. And same thing with a 15-inch laptop. This is a 14-inch and smaller just because of the way that we designed the bag. But in our tech bay, this whole area here, we have a divider which is actually connected via Velcro right here. Now, this Velcro goes under here, and you can then, this is actually how the bag comes, is like this. But what you can do that John did is unvelcro, and then you've opened a portal into the main compartment. And what this allows is that 16-inch MacBook Pro to fit like this. So basically, it sits in front of the laptop compartment. It doesn't fit in the sleeve. The sleeve is still the same size as the laptop compartment, so a 14-inch MacBook Pro or less. But you can still put a secondary laptop here and, check it out, close it. And then what you can do is actually put your smaller laptop or tablet in here. So I haven't completely wrapped my head around in terms of how to market this. Like, I wanted to actually, with the original Levo, I intentionally told people, like, don't undo the Velcro. I was kind of embarrassed about it because it was some decision that we needed to make to just make this whole compartment work because it can't be sewn. But in some ways, it's actually turning into like a superpower of the bag that it's only dawning on me now, where it really opens up the overall versatility as to where it can now fit a 16-inch MacBook Pro. So yeah, thanks John for making me think of this, and this is something that we're gonna be pushing and talking about a little bit more in some future videos. Oh, G Gadget? All right, let's see what Gee's Gadgets has got to say.
One of the things that I've been noticing with Firo in general is that they're going towards a direction where they want to create lightweight products. And that's why this confuses me. So the X42 is really good because it gives you structure. It gives the silhouette of the backpack what it is, and it looks really good because of it.
That's interesting, yeah. So we're definitely, like I said, our 3 design principles: light, lush, and low key. So starting with lights. And that's not just though the lightweight of the actual bag, it's the way that the bag feels on your back and feels when you're using it. If I can get a bag from 2.7 pounds down to like 2.4 pounds without sacrificing much of a feature set, that's a win to me. But we also have to take into consideration this community and what people love. We are a community-driven brand, and everybody in the community made it very clear they wanted more Firo bags in X-Pack. But I will say though that, like, for the 18-liter, it's 2.3 pounds, right? In the 330D Coder nylon, I would bet it would go from 2.4, maybe 2.5 pounds max if we switch this out to VX42. So it's not like it's a huge weight gain like a 1680D ballistic nylon or like a really heritage thick wax canvas. But he's definitely right, it's not the lightest weight fabric out there. Who?
Chase.
Never heard of him.
The Chase Reeves.
Chase Reeves.
When you slide this in, it's like, it just fits. It's taut, you know? It's got a tautness. Feels secure. It's not jiggling around. It's pulled off the bottom of the bag. So, laptop.
Isn't that what you want?
Protection-wise, I rate this higher than most. Your zip on this.
You get a little hot and heavy after that one. Chase, so well said. Yeah, Chase just always has like the most interesting way of describing things and his adjectives and his sound choices. So Chase, I know it is for him as well. Like, he's just like me. Like, he's a bag reviewer and a YouTuber and an entrepreneur. So he gets it. He knows how important that laptop protection is. And when your laptop means that much to you and you get a satisfying experience every single time, it's just, yeah, it's awesome.
super simple. You're constricted in terms of organization and stuff, but it has such a freaking just like this vibe. I like the holism of a product. This has a holism in it, and it's usefulness, it's utilitarian, and it is highly accessible. I mean, lots of access. And then the final thing is just super cushy comfort. You're gonna feel that every single time you get into it. If your main priority is comfort, this is probably the only bag I would encourage you to look at.
Wow. That's crazy. Chase has reviewed a lot of bags, so for him to say that's mind-blowing. But I also agree. You're just not gonna feel anything like this in any other bag on the market until they start ripping us off, and it will happen. But until then, you're only gonna get it here. Who's next, Sig?
Visionswell.
Visionswell. All right, let's do it.
Now, this backpack is advertised at a 25-liter capacity, but here at Visionswell Nation, we never double-check that. So I have my factory-grade Super Nintendo collection.
This sounds familiar.
We're gonna test this guy's capacity. So let's see if it really lives up to that 25-liter claim. Are we gonna catch ourselves a fib?
I don't say it like that. Is that an accurate impression of me? Do I sound like that? If you don't know, Visionswell is doing a little bit of a impersonation of how we review bags on Nomad's Nation, where we double check the advertised capacity, sort of double checking our advertised capacity.
Let's find out. So if I open up the main compartment, we can get this baby loaded out.
But with what?
So I have my Super Nintendo console
Super
from
Nintendo.
childhood. I'm gonna throw that in this back sleeve.
Yeah. Who needs factory grade measurement system balls when you just got a Nintendo 64? It's all the volume measurement system that you need right there.
Do test that capacity for people because a lot of people find that extremely useful. I'm just someone that doesn't give a damn about the capacity of a bag and its advertised capacity, and it just really doesn't matter to me. All that matters to me is, does my shit fit?
I get that, Zach, but also the only way to know if your shit fits is to know the capacity, right? I get that it's nerdy, but like if it's a 20-liter bag, but it's actually 14 liters and you need 20 liters of space to fit your shit, then I'd like to think that, you know, those capacity tests can be helpful, but I get it. If you guys don't know, Visionswell, Zach, he has this really cool concept called the 11, where basically he reviews bags and he keeps like 11 that are his all-time favorites. And at the end of every review, he asks himself whether the bag that he's reviewing gets onto the 11 and what it has to replace. So,
Nervous?
I'm very nervous. Are we gonna make the 11?
Not to pick on Pioneer lately, but the Savant Pack is going bye-bye.
Oh!
The Savant Pack is a beautiful bag. It's a really great EDC bag, but I think features-wise that the Fyro knocks it out of the water is getting deleted, and that's my final answer. So welcome to the hooks, buddy. Goodbye, Savant Pack. You've been a great bag for as short as you've been around. You're gonna make someone else a great home, but for me, you're getting deleted. RIP.
You made the hook, little guy. Shout out to Zach on Visionswell, by the way, for, first of all, thank you so much for including Fire Sitta in the 11, but also just coming up with the idea of the 11 is dope. Who we got next, Sig?
Okay, do you want, there's Desy, Jim Bob, or Nightshift?
Desy Chang, is it?
Yep.
The second thing that I wish it did have was a external medium-sized pocket, so that if I wanted to stash granola bars or things like that, that would be great. Now they do have external smaller pockets, but one's dedicated towards sunglasses, another one's for a passport, and then another one's just for like small items right here. If I had like wet wipes and things like that, the only place is just kind of like the next section, which is kind of the admin section, which goes down to the bottom, and it's kind of a large pocket. I wanted more of a medium one. A lot of them, they'll have like either a vertical zipper at the front here or another vertical zipper right here, so you can just kind of stash some medium-sized items in for quick access. And I really...
So that's actually a really good point by Desy. Let me just quickly nerd out on quick access with this bag, where you have two different types of quick access. You have quick access when the bag is standing, which the Sitta stands very well. When this bag is standing in front of you, right, so that's the top access, as to which we have the quick access sunglasses pocket, and we have our tech shelf in the tech bay, and then the entire front admin pocket in here. The second type of quick access, though, is when you want to wear the bag and swing it and grab something, as to which there's only 3 quick access locations. And that's gonna be side pocket here, the back panel pocket here, right shoulder swing, left hand grab, or you can do left shoulder swing, right hand grab with the water bottle pocket. And he's totally right. Those are smaller sort of quick access pockets where you might be able to fit an iPhone 17 in the pocket. And the truth of the matter is we just wanted to prioritize a different experience. A lot of bags have the quick access pocket here. I can name literally just so many right now. And we wanted to distinguish ourselves from them because all those pockets would have came into conflict with the depth of this front admin pocket, which for me is just so much more important now, especially as I'm prioritizing access vertically when the bag is in front of me. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just us bringing our unique offering and hoping that our community digs it.
Small little minor detail is that it's missing some grab tabs. So for example, like when you are opening up the main compartment or trying to close it up, there is this zipper, but it would have been nice if there was a grab tab for me to grab the tab and zip it up. Again, it's not a major deal because the zippers are fairly smooth and easy to zip and unzip. So next thing I'm gonna be...
Fair, yeah. Grab tabs, again, never something that I really prioritized in the bags that I reviewed. That would in essence just be like a Hypalon grab tabs right at the bottom here. So then when you're opening this main compartment, you just have some leverage pulling on the other side. But I see the value in them, and who knows, maybe on a V2 we could add them at some point in time. Not arguing about them adding a bit more functionality. Could be something we add in a V2. All right, next up, Tiffany from Nightshift. Let's see what she's got.
It weighs 30 pounds.
Oh shit, she's going rucking with it?
To the main compartment.
You ruckers are fucking crazy. I'm just jealous. I want to be a rucker. I just think it's cool.
All right, so my goal of 45 minutes has now turned into 66 minutes because I got distracted. So I still have the Go Ruck Achilles weighted vest in here. I would say that at the 25-minute mark, I started to feel some discomfort around here. I've just been going about my business with it on my back without any issues. And so I would say that's a huge win. So, all right, let's switch this out and put it.
Wow.
Rucking approved.
Rucking approved. Okay, we did not design this to be a rucking bag. I want to be very clear about that, but it can also double up as a rucking bag. That's dope. Did not see that coming. Tiffany, you are an absolute gangster, and it's awesome to know that it is rucking approved and it passed her comfort test. I mean, 25 minutes with all that weight in the bag, it's kind of the best that you can hope for with a backpack. Orla says, Gear by Women. Let's see if she can pronounce my name right first. She has a hard time with that sometimes.
It is missing a few of my favorite touches though, so let's get into it. Today we are reviewing the Firosita 18-liter backpack. Like everything I do over in this channel, I butcher Aaron's name and probably his gorgeous...
There it was. You hear that? Iron's name. Oh, we got a water test, okay. Scary.
I have to say it dries fairly easy as well. I did a water test yesterday on it. Of course, the whole mic and everything stopped working on me, which was fantastic. But a couple of minutes later, I don't know, because the sun was shining in, it was like completely dry. Obviously, your seatbelt materials are just going to take a little bit longer to dry. For this pocket here, just being careful of the pressure of the rain and how long you're out in it for. It's not submergible or anything like that. It is going to help you in a light drizzle, but as far as like sitting out in the downpour for long hours, it's not going to be great. This top pocket. All right. And our laptop compartment. We're not too shabby. But I like drizzle, you will be grand as long as you're running for shelter.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair. So this polycarbonate Kodra, it's a 330D, it's light, but the polycarbonate is actually a press, it's a finish. There's no coating. That polycarbonate coating is what gives insane weather resistance. But that's not the weak point for the water. As Orla, as she just showed, it's the zippers. And this is the same on a Firo backpack, an Air backpack, an Osprey backpack. That's where the water gets through. You can mitigate this a bit with PU coated zippers, but really not so much because the water will still get through these seams, which will exist regardless if the zipper itself is covered in plastic. I completely agree with the Gear by Women review, that this is great for light rain, as long as you're gonna eventually bring out an umbrella or try and find cover. But if you live in a location where rain is a problem, I'm in Hong Kong, I know all about that, then it might be best to get a cover. And we are working on custom Firo rain covers to perfectly fit our different sized bags. It's taking a long time because we want it to be really, really good, but they should be good to go probably hopefully in early 2027. All right, finally we're gonna end with the Bagdaddies, which is 4 of my favorite reviewers, and they all get together on a podcast and talk about, you know, different bag drops. 2 notes. Number 1, they've never invited me onto their podcast, so that's cool. Number 2, they did it on the Firo, so on the Sitta. So let's see what they had to say.
It's a little flaccid. The floppy, yeah, the floppy, the floppy little handle up top. I could probably do without that. This
A more
little thing on the
turgid
side
handle.
Too. Like, what is this? What's this little handle on the side? Like,
Yeah, okay, it's cute.
It's
Yeah,
cute,
so you
but
can
it's
hook-
like,
hook
That's exactly what I said when I saw it. I go, oh, that's cute.
yeah, it's completely useless though.
It's how you can hold your bag with the pinky ring, dude. Hello,
you
how
see-
you been holding
It's
it?
the pinky ring handle, exactly. I love it, let's go. So I get why somebody might not like a top handle like this on their backpack. Pros and cons with it. Pros, we've cleared up space for this quick access pocket zipper, and if we had it here, it would have been off center, and that's kind of the conversation, right? A lot of people like that big beefy handle that's nice and centered, so the bag just is perfect, like it's not swaying, right? Versus the back panel handle, look at the lean. And not everyone digs that. And then with the side handle, it's not a side handle. This is for all you guys who have water bottles out there and you like to secure it with a carabiner. That's what we included this for, is for you guys. And if you were a decorator, our old media manager, Margaret in Nomads Nation, she used to just like to clip things on to bags to put her own little charm on it. Little swag have you. She'll be using that.
When you're coming out with a new brand, I feel like you have to like cement this identity, especially in such an oversaturated space, that I think like building like something that's called Firo, like in my head, like fire or something, like, I don't know, it just like has like a more exciting sound to it than like the look of the bag. Like I think that you should have a more defined brand identity that speaks through your bag versus just like, you know, middle of the road, like modestly generic looking.
I think they tried that with the T22, right? They tried
Oh
to
God!
Went one way with the first one.
That's the risk you take, right? When you try to, you know, make an identity in a brand, and this is definitely way more appealing, right, to the masses. And as a business owner, it's probably that you're walking that tightrope, right?
Some really good points there, you know? So like, I totally get like wanting to make a bag that makes that statement. And we did that with the T22. And a lot of people love the T22, and a lot of people kind of reacted like Zach from Visionswell did about the T22. We're like, oh, that is too crazy for me. So it's kind of hard, you know, to kind of meet in the middle. It's like you do something bold, and people are like, that's too bold. You do something more low key. People are like, that's boring. So, you know, it's hard to find that middle ground. But what I can say is I've made a bag that I'm just so proud of, and that really is a representation of what I want to bring into the market with that low keyness on the outside, but trying to have some signature things that are our own, not for the sake of just like trying to be loud and be like, hey, this is our thing, but more the experience of the bag. I want Firo bags just to feel like their own thing.
I'm a green boy.
I'm an olive boy too, but no, I like it. I like it. I mean, I think
it gives
like, for a
me
more modern type looking bag, it fits it better than I feel like
it gives
like olive is more classic.
It's giving wasabi vibes.
It's interesting though. It's like
I love that. We thought about calling it wasabi. We had a lot of submissions for what we should call this green color. My favorite was mint, but I got talked out of that. I regret it every day.
Did you guys watch the Firo tech pouch video, or tech book as he calls it?
No,
I called it the tech empanada. Again, it's what I know, guys.
Oh, it's so funny. It's making me hungry.
That video, he's showing his prototype for his tech pouch, tech book.
Okay.
And he has a Codra version that's Codra, what we know and love, and then black zippers. And then he has the Codra with the burnt rust of the interior. So he's got the color zipper in that same color. And look at the comments on that video. Everyone's like, that's the Firo brand. That's the Firo color. You need to have the black Codra with the rust orange zippers on that. And it looks cool.
Firo tech book right here. Black Codra, copper zipper. We have some updates with the tech book coming to you guys soon. This is gonna be our next product drop, which I'm so excited about. So yeah, let me know. Should we do some test runs of bags with this color zipper? That's gonna be intense. What do you think, Sig?
It's not gonna look good on me.
Not in the green, no, that would be gnarly. But with the black bag, maybe. I mean, there could be maybe just the front. Oof. I think on the tech book, it's kind of like a funky thing, but on the actual bag itself, only one way to know. I have to call up Luke. Tell him to do a sample. Luke, Fire Sitta, 18 liter, orange zips, let's go. Guys, I think that is gonna do it for this video today. And I'm gonna leave on the note of just talking about like, this is what we do at Fyro. Different behind the scenes look at the process of building this business and designing these bags and launching new products. So if you want a deeper look at this entire process, you can do so with the Fyro newsletter, link below. And if you wanna learn more about our debut end game backpack, the Sitta, all the reviewers were just so amazing and so honest, and I appreciate that feedback, and they were all also so positive. And if you want to learn why, you can watch this video right here, where I take the bag around Hong Kong where I live and just kind of show you like a day in the life, run you through every feature so you can decide if it's the bag for you. Thank you for following along. I'm Aaron, this is Fyro, and we'll catch you next time.